Yeah, it was that start of the third quarter, just a little flat, quick 10-0 run. And, throughout that quarter, offensive rebounds, I think 5 for 10. The transition, some of those are just off of missed shots, 10 points in that area. We just kind of got out of rhythm, and they jumped on us, to their credit.
You mentioned rebounding. You were out rebounding them, I think, early on in the third quarter. Did something change, or was it just the energy level?
No, I think some of those were just like the long rebounds. Those are coming off, and we're just not getting those 50-50s. Those are the ones that hurt. Where you have pretty good possession defensively, you force a miss, and I thought overall, as a volume three-point shooting team, you hold that team to eight threes. That's pretty good. So some of those are long misses, and we got to find a way to corral some of those.
Jordan had another high-scoring night. You mentioned that he felt like when he was able to create action, he was playing on ball a little bit more Monday when he felt like he had success. Were you seeing the same thing with Kispert? Was he able to take him kind of the same kind of action?
Yeah, at times. I think that's he's most comfortable when he has the ball in his hands, and it's a little easier. You're not fighting pressure to catch. So we've had some nights where he's had the ball in his hands and teams have blitzed him, really try to put a lot of pressure on him to get off the ball. So he's just finding that balance for him and reading the flow, reading how the defense is covering him. And I think helps open things up. It's tough for a guy when, if you're the primary ball handler, possession after possession, and you're scoring, they're going to take the ball in your hands.
How big is the lesson that you guys have to learn as a team that's kind of growing is the consistency piece? It's kind of been, I know you had a back-to-back last week, but it has been, I guess, a struggle for you guys to kind of carry over to the exact same level of having a really high effort.
Yeah, I think, it's one thing, you don't make shots. Okay, you're going to have some nights like that, but there are times where it wasn't quite where it needs to be. And that consistency piece is something we're still trying to figure out. And we've shown really good stretches at times, just, not long enough.
That tells the story of the game. We got to come out of the locker room at halftime ready to go. And that's on all of us as players. We got to do what we have to do to be ready to start, because you can't give teams runs like that no matter when it is in the game.
It wasn't as if the numbers were totally lopsided. You guys shot pretty well, played a solid first half. What can this group do to kind of build more consistency from an energy standpoint? I know you had the back-to-back last week, but it's been kind of in every other game.
The margins this year for us have been really slim. We have to do a lot of things right to pull out these games and win these games, and let a lot of close ones go because we mess up in those margins. And energy coming out of the half is definitely a margin kind of thing for us. Rebounding, things like shots going in are going to flow game to game, but those little things we can control, we have to take advantage of and take ownership of. When we want to really win these games and close these close ones out. So it's on us as players. We can't look anywhere else.
What are you seeing in these past two games when Jordan is kind of getting hot?
When Jordan's hot, we got to give him the ball, and with that comes a lot of responsibility on his part. And spent a lot of years and played a lot of games in this league, and he knows what to do and when to do it, and we have to trust him to do that. When he's hot, he needs to be kind of our offensive catalyst and play with the ball in his hands. And as soon as teams start adjusting, it's his job also to set other guys up. That's the responsibility of having the ball in your hands. And he did a good job of that tonight. And when he's rolling, he's feeling good and making shots. It's on all of us to recognize that. And it's part of basketball. It's part of being a good player, and it's part of reading the game. Yeah,
a little bit. Just being able to push the ball in transition, kind of create offense before the defense is set. I think that's an advantage whenever I'm on ball, trying to get something going. But also just trying to find open spaces and just making the right reads. Obviously, they're helping a little bit, pulled over into the gaps. So whenever they start doubling, just getting it to the 5-man or swinging it right away, and then just putting our teammates in like continuous flows, continuous action. So just got to try to continue to do what's working.
You led, I think you had 7 assists tonight. You led assists. What were you finding when you're looking for those gaps? What were you seeing? What was going well?
Just making the right play, being aggressive, just being able to have the ball early in the shot clock, bringing it up. Like I said, the defense isn't set, so I can be aggressive, but whenever the defense comes over to pull over, where they use a little bit more help on the pressure, just swinging it, kicking it, making the right play, getting guys easy shots, but also getting the ball moving. Guys are able to run through cases, get to the cup, and it puts the defense in rotation. So I feel like it's a strength and it's been effective, so just trying to find ways to continue to keep doing that.
How do you feel like this group in particular, that's one that's trying to build habits, is still getting to know each other, all that stuff, can build towards consistent energy efforts?
Comes with time, comes with growth. You got to keep plugging away at it each and every day. The more you play, the more experience you get watching film, just being vocal on what you see as some of the best on the team, pointing out the small things, but just continuing to work and using these games as live reps, live practice to fix the things that we want to get better at.
I guess I should back up. Did you feel like it was an energy dip specifically coming out of halftime that made a difference, or what did you see in the third?
Yeah, I mean, we could have got off to a faster start, but there are also 12 minutes in the game. We can probably do a better job starting. Happens sometimes. We're on the road. We obviously don't want to be forced to call a quick timeout, but it happens sometimes. You got to find a way to be better out of halftime.